Hi folks, it's the 20 past 11 in the morning. It's the 7th of May. I am looking at the sky at the moment. There's a big Mercury-Mars conjunction happening now and over the coming 24 hours, trine Pluto as well. So there's not going to be that much taking of prisoners when it comes to delivering verbal broadsides over the coming 24. I imagine a few people, if their buttons are going to get pushed, are going to become verbally unsubtle, undiplomatic, and tactless, to put it mildly. But things will be said, and there will be repercussions, and then it will all be out in the open, and there will be no problem. However, thing is, the moon is void for the next 24 hours. As I speak, approaching midday UK time on Tuesday, the moon is sextiling Jupiter, and then it goes void for 24 hours until it moves into Taurus. So the actual next 24-hour period through to about midday UK time tomorrow is basically a time where is it midday? About midday tomorrow. Is basically a time when not a lot's going to happen that's going to have long-term repercussions or consequences. It seems as if it's a bit of a stasis time. So in that light, I just thought I'd cut away from current stuff and have a look at the horoscope of children. Because in recent days, I've done a lot of readings for children. And it doesn't matter what age they are. It doesn't matter if they're newborn or if they're 15, 16. There's one golden rule when doing the horoscopes of children, and that is that the horoscope itself is a subsidiary tool during childhood, that parental conditioning, societal culture, and scholarly education play a much bigger role in child upbringing than the horoscope does. That the horoscope only gives a kind of blueprint of potential, and it only really kicks in as an active, definitive self-development tool once the child leaves home, whether that's 15 or 50. Prior to then, it is just a blueprint of potential. But it's pretty clear when dealing with the horoscopes of children about certain structures, shall we say. Most notably the time of the first Saturn square, which always happens somewhere between 7 years and 2 months and 7 years and 10 months old, in their 8th year. And with Saturn squaring itself, cutting away a lot of the ties of infancy, this is when the child detaches to a certain extent from the parents and becomes much more someone with their own volition, their own opinions, their own willingness to go and play on their own. They don't need to be that close to mummy and daddy anymore. Similarly, the time around 14 and a half to 15 with the Saturn opposition and the movement of a few of the outer planets to positions. Again, it's a time where at that time in youth, long ago, this is a time when the child would leave home, 14 to 15 years old. A child's chart, however, cannot be measured in terms of achievement and potentials for success. It will show the ways in which the child is likely to develop. It can show whether a child is likely to be an artist, a dancer, a photographer, or a mathematician, a scientist, a police officer. Certainly, a child's chart can be very helpful in determining academic and scholarly approaches, and it can be very useful in finding the best way for families to work with that child to get the best for everyone concerned. It is fairly easy in a child's chart to see if there is discord in or with or between parents or grandparents. Not always, but often. But the thing is, you must always remember when doing a child's chart that it is only a potential schematic. It doesn't say what will, it says what can. And it's only when the individual leaves home and starts taking responsibility for their own life that it really becomes much more of a potent tool as opposed to a latent one. every parent should get their child's chart done once prior to the child being 16 to 18, just so that they can maximise the potentials inherent in the natal chart and give the child a head start. Children who have their charts done generally end up a year ahead of their peer group. Okay, that's it. Catch you later, and see you at the end of the void moon. 24 hours now of filing. Bye.